Let's go! Boom, 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 boom! My name is Scott Mack, and welcome back to Pro Wrestling Reality. It's the Riot Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a few weeks here since you've seen my face. As you see, I'm working on the numbers for us. I'm trying to get endorsements. I'm doing whatever I can. Listen, I'm going to bring on our co-host in a minute. He's going to have a lot to say. Do not judge me, okay? Because I'm endorsing pussy treats. All right, is he ready? All right, is he powdered up? Is his chest hair ready? All right, let's bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, none other than the postman, Money.
Did you really describe that as pussy treats?
Pussy treats, Purina. That's how they asked me to
I
endorse it.
get the reference, but I mean, okay, we got a lot to cover, man. I ain't even gonna do it like I respect the hustle. Of course, money respects the hustle.
Hey, hold on. What's up? You looking ghetto fab today. What's up? Did you have a press conference? Were you doing some modeling? I heard you got some side gigs going. It's a B movie,
Hey, man,
possibly.
you know me.
I
No
don't want
matter
to give
what,
away all the
no
treats.
matter whether it's up or down, it's always gonna look the same way all around. You already know.
Ladies and gentlemen, PWR, of course, brought to you by Purina Pussy Treats.
Pussy treats.
It makes you purr. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to waste a lot of time. I only have one very important brief announcement. It has already been established. The contract has been signed with the arena. We will be doing the lethal lottery very soon in a matter of weeks. T, that's right. You and every other superstar on the PWR roster will be suddenly tagged up with either a familiar friend or a familiar foe. What are your thoughts on this, T? You love lethal lottery, I think so, allegedly.
I mean, I thought I had graduated out of the lottery right now. Me too.
Looks like you the number 3 draft pick.
I mean, well, damn. I mean, it seems like every year I got something going on with the lethal lottery. I mean, I might as well ride it one more goddamn time. Let's see what happens.
Listen, we've been gone for a few weeks now. We've had everybody waiting, and it's finally time. The time is now, T. The Riot Rumble. And you know what's on the line? You were there. The winner, the person standing at the end of the night, would go on to become the number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, which, of course, was going to be decided later on in a death match between the Korean Kaiju Kwon Soo and Big Hurt. Any predictions for the death match, T? Do you want to touch this thing right now?
I mean, did I have any going in? No, I had none. I just knew it was going to be
Can I get drunk?
chaos.
Are we drinking tonight?
Yeah. We damn sure are. I mean, I got pains. I got aches and pains. Man, you seen what the hell? You seen what the hell happened? Yeah. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am self-medicating.
Yeah, speaking of medication, before we get the Riot Rumble started, I want to let everybody know that this show is dedicated to all those out there going through some stress, some anxiety. We just hope that PWR lifts your spirits, even if it's for a few minutes. That's what the Postman's here for. That's what Scott Mack's here for. But without any further ado, it's time, T. Let me take one more big one.
Go ahead.
Because the action's going to be intense. It's going to be nonstop. And at times, I'm going to need you to rescue me when I need to take a breath and drink some agua. That's the only Spanish word I know, by the way. Are you ready, T?
Been ready, born ready.
I think everybody out there watching is ready. Everybody out there watching this right now has been ready for quite a few weeks.
Oh, PWR, let's go.
2 superstars, of course, will start this match. Then every 2 minutes, another superstar will follow until all 25 superstars have entered this contest, T. It's going to be an amazing matchup. And of course, number 1 coming out as the building erupted was T.C. Adams, as every person in Wembly Stadium put their goddamn hand up just like we are right now. It was a sight to see. Have you ever seen something like it, T?
Man, yes, but not like at Wembley. Man, that's all I can say.
T, you've been one of the most courageous competitors that PWR has ever seen. But speaking of courage, TC Adams asked to be number one against the advisement of PWR officials. We tried to convince the guy this wasn't the right move for him, but he insisted. He insisted to come out number one. He wanted to make a statement here right now. The moment was his to make. What do you think here, T, about that decision?
Honestly, man, that's where I got some conflict right there. The human in me says don't do it. We know what he's been through in recent weeks. The human in me says don't do it, but how can you pass up this opportunity? And that's what this Rumble is all about. The Riot Rumble, once a year, once in a lifetime for something. So I understand, man.
It's definitely my favorite event in professional sports entertainment. The Rumble is always an exciting event. But what was exciting indeed is the number 2 superstar entering this contest. T, are you ready to find out who was going to get in that ring with TC Adams as the music of the equalizer? JTO played on the sound system as fans were booing JTO out of the building as the former PWR World Heavyweight Champion was about to go toe-to-toe with one of the fan favorites right now here in PWR. And this Rumble looked like it was about to cook right off the bat, T.
But he just got booed because he wasn't TC Adams. That's tough. He just got booed because of the person that was in the ring already. That's hot.
I'm excited. This is awesome. Chance started as JTO and TC Adams met each other with an array of strikes back and forth with one another, knocking each other's craniums backwards on impact. JTO finally connected on a knee to the midsection, breaking the exchange up right before lifting TC Adams up for a nasty Glock bottom as he demonstratively kicked the ropes and gave the fans the middle finger. JTO not taking any prisoners early on this one as the fans booed at the top of their lungs at JTO. JTO clearly not a fan favorite. They don't like seeing TC Adams get his ass kicked. Let's just say it what it is, T.
I mean, and he has a long night ahead of him, man. They're coming out 1-2. I mean, they got to try to destroy each other because they want the same thing, and they're in the worst position.
What we want and what we get are two different things, T. But what we're about to get next made Wembley Stadium erupt. It's the Dragon Queen! The Dragon Queen at number 3 coming down through Gorilla, and the entire arena erupted at the sight of Khaleesi. JTO's look of fierce anger and determination went to a bit of concern here as Dragon Queen slowly jogged down the ramp and into the ring and immediately went right after JTO. JTO backpedaled as the rapid fire strikes from DQ connected on the head and the chest of JTO. What did you think about the reaction on the entrance of Dragon Queen, T?
First of all, it doesn't matter who it was. Things just got real. Now it's 3. Because remember, it can only be 1. So at the end of the night, the same way it starts is usually how it finishes. So now that it's 3, ooh, goodness. And that pop, that's got to feel good. It's got to feel good. And of course, who does she attack?
Dragon Queen got JTO in a corner and tried to whip him across to the other side of the ring, but JTO held his own and drove her down hard with the clothesline. TC Adams, the Redeemer, attacked JTO with the Claw of Redemption as Dragon Queen got to her feet and was setting up for something huge. She lunged towards JTO, who Adams still had a grip of, and flew in the air with a missile drop kick, taking both superstars down hard at this point. She grabbed JTO and lifted him for Sweet Dreams GTS, and JTO was out cold. Khaleesi got to her feet as the crowd went crazy, and she discarded JTO over the top. Nobody could believe it. JTO tried to get back inside the ring, but officials restrained him, pulling him down as he pointed his finger at DQ, calling her all kind of things that I'm not going to repeat now on TV. TC Adams was meanwhile in the corner, banged up as the countdown for the next entrance was about to happen. The music of the Carnal hit, and Joker J, the half Dominican, half Puerto Rican sensation, appeared on the ramp as fans cheered on the future Hall of Fame veteran of PWR. Joker J seemed to get a bit emotional, a little bit. We saw it, T. You saw it. The fans gave him his flowers. What did you think at the moment? It looked as if cameras caught Joker J getting choked up a bit there.
You know, me and Joker J got a lot of history. I don't want to say anything disrespectful. Enjoy it.
Joker J seemed to get a bit emotional as he looked into the sea of fans and then began continuing to make his way straight to the ring as TC Adams and Dragon Queen were mixing it up with one another in one of the corners. The Cardinal did what he does best. He did what he had did best. Amazing the PWR universe with some daredevil tactics, maneuvers as he leaped up to the top turnbuckle and gave his body up with the crossbody splash, taking down both the Dragon Queen and TC Adams as the fans started chanting, "Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit."
That's a brave move in this match. You go high flying in this match, you get picked off like that.
Like that. Joker J then got to his feet and tried to throw TC Adams out, but Adams then gripped on tight to the top rope like his own life depended on it. Dragon Queen then nailed Joker J with a clubbing shot to the back of his head as she struggled, trying to eliminate the Carnal. T, excuse me, I cut you off there. You wanted to say something.
Woo! No. I'm just saying, and he did. He was clinging on like his life depended, and it did. Yes, it did.
So right before the countdown, we have Dragon Queen trying to eliminate the Carnal Joker J, who just excited the fans. Let's see the next. The artist known as Motherfucker. The fans erupted and stood to their feet as Motherfucker dazzled the English fans with custom Riot Rumble robe and attire. The robe read on the back, "Uncrowned," in quotes. Would it be a subliminal manipulation message? Fucker likes to do that shit, but this was nothing new to PWR fans. T, what did you take from the entrance?
I still don't know how this motherfucker doesn't get robbed. Like, I mean, they don't play that over there. They don't play a lot of the stuff he's playing over there. I wonder how he don't get robbed.
Do you know what he does with the robes after? Can we talk to somebody from the hood that can follow him after the? Oh, we'll talk.
I can talk to somebody, but I mean, I can't tell you the results.
The fans oohed and ahed like they always do at the artist as he made his way to the ring. Motherfucker got in the ring and absolutely exploded with the kiss the rings to Joker J. Night, Carnal. Boom! He nailed TC Adams. And then he turned towards the Dragon Queen as fans started chanting, "This is awesome. This is awesome." And where else other than PWR do you see these type of exchanges? That's for me. You hear that? You hear that? Nah, boo-boo, that's for me, fucker said. She screamed out, and the fans echoed her scream, letting everybody know that they were on Dragon Queen's side right now. Motherfucker took that defensively as he said, "This is my motherfucking house," as fans yelled in agreement with fucker. Finally, the two started nailing one another with hooks to the face and the body. Finally, Dragon Queen staggered and another kiss the rings to the face of Dragon Queen, took her down hard. TC Adams then dropped motherfucker with a spear from the side, and the countdown for the next superstar came up.
Let's get
This
busy.
one's for the homies, man. Oh my God, the fans pop for Mr. 187, big homie, the power, the PWR Hall of Famer, former world champion. And let's face it, T, will you agree with me that when you saw this at this moment backstage watching, you knew things were about to get messy?
Well, I just said it right then. I mean, shit, we're about to get busy now. Like, there's too many bodies in the ring right now. We're about to get busy.
Homie came in the ring storming down the ramp, and like you said, bodies started flying as he nailed TC Adams and fucker down hard, both with San Quentin spears. Have you ever been hit with one of those? Don't answer that. He then took Khaleesi down hard with a drive-by choke slam. Homie had the arena eating out the palm of his hands as they were cheering his name. He then looked behind him, and he saw one more superstar standing, and that man was none other than the Carnal Joker J. As the building started shaking, the two paced around the ring, and the electricity was undeniable, T. Only in PWR. What did you think at this very moment, Postman?
Shit, I was waiting on it. I was waiting on it to happen. I mean, it had to happen. Come on now.
I don't know what I expected to happen really happened, but this is what happened, y'all. Homie yelled out, "Verdugos for life, homie!" The crowd snapped out. Joker embraced 187 as the fans cheered, "Verdugos, Verdugos, Verdugos," over and over again. But that didn't last long as Joker J grabbed motherfucker and locked him in position for Joker's wow. Homie then went up to the top turnbuckle for the 187 splash, landing on top of fucker as homie nailed him with the big time move. Joker then threw motherfucker over the top rope, eliminating the artist, ending his night as big homie tried to do the same with TC Adams. But the man of redemption somehow, some way, stood on the ring apron even after being tossed over by Mr. 187. What a gutsy performance so far by TC here. Joker J saw him and went down head first towards Adam, trying to take TC out the matchup. But the resilience and determination and pure heart of TC Adams allowed him to leap back into the ring over the diving Joker J, who nearly eliminated himself in the process. T-Money, what do you think about this Riot Rumble so far?
I see people taking a lot of risks, man. People taking a lot of risks, going high risk.
That's 187, baby.
Viva now you got to pick them back up. No, whatever. You don't even believe that.
The fans started booing at the top of their lungs at the next superstar coming down was half of the tag team champions, Mr. AK Shooter J, the man who I fucking hate this guy. He took his own sweet time getting to the ring. He also sported a t-shirt that read, listen to this, Postman, "Run for the Border" in bright red lettering. I guess he forgot that El Guapo is Puerto Rican, but nonetheless, either way, the first member of the Deadly Alliance got into the action here, and he looked and performed as the freshest man in this matchup as he nailed Joker J with a drop kick quickly. Dragon Queen was met with a super kick to the face, and Joker J got rocked with the midnight run. TC Adams was laid back, leaning in a corner, trying to catch his breath, and Shooter J seemed very confident at this very moment until a tap on that back shoulder reminded him who the biggest baddest motherfucker ever in PWR we're talking about big homie. Homie nailed Mr. AK with the right hand, but homie hit himself after in the face. What the fuck is homie doing? Come on, motherfucker, hit me, shooter. Shooter, don't be a bitch, said homie. Shooter cocked back the AK grenade and popped homie right between his motherfucking eyes as he staggered. But then homie nailed a San Quentin spear back at Shooter as the arena popped and exploded once again. T, what do you think about 187 so far in this matchup?
I mean, honestly, from a fan perspective, he's amazing. He's doing amazing. From a professional standpoint, what the hell are you doing, man? Tapping on the shoulder, turn around, daring to hit you. Like, just get the motherfucker out of the ring. Get him out of there.
The guy's been in prison 3 times. You know what he likes? He gets motivated different than you do, T. You know what I'm
saying? Clearly, know that much. Cause instead of tapping on the shoulder, I would have been throwing that damn shoulder over the damn rope. That's all I know. But I mean, honestly, fan perspective, it looks great. He's doing an awesome job. Crazy.
Are you enjoying the Rumble, T? Hold on to that. Fans booed at the top of their lungs at the sight of the ringleader, Stradamus, who came out with the Yankees fitted hat on, looking pissed off and angry as always, every New Yorker is, charging towards the ring. Stradamus went right after Joker J as homie was trying to catch his breath. He rudely interrupted by some big shots by the hands of the Dragon Queen. Meanwhile, TC Adams at number 1 was still in this matchup as he held the Claw of Redemption to the forehead of Mr. AK Shooter J Postman, who is now in bad shape at this point in the matchup. Stradamus drilled a big headbutt to the car now, taking him down as he picked him up and nailed a pile driver to Joker J. He and Joker tussled in the corner for a moment as the next competitor was about to enter this competition. Oh, shit! It's Brooklyn's finest! The fans lost their mind as the man of the people, Mel Walker, made his way into the Riot Rumble. He jogged after a brief wave to the sea of fans and a prayer above as he came in with a head full of steam. He took Khaleesi down with the hip toss. He dropped Shooter with a double chop to the chest. Then he drew TC Adams with the super kick that almost took him up and over and out of this matchup. He headbutted the car now down to the mat and then signaled for the MOP cutter. T. Do you know what that stands for?
No.
I'll answer that. The man of the people cutter. He drilled Toster with the cutter and then quickly tossed him over the top rope. That's it, fans. Goodbye, Damas. His night has ended. What did you think about Mel's Walker explosive entrance, T-Money? Woo!
I appreciate everything the young man is doing to become a reputable character around here. A hell of a fiery entrance to come in and do some things like what he just did. That is incredible. It's freaking amazing.
Shimon.
I enjoyed it. Sorry,
Thompson. I mean, only one sipping tonight. Are we sipping?
Yeah, we are. Needed a moment.
Right. I'm just confirming. I'm not used to you in a tie. You're throwing off my equilibrium. I was expecting a chest full of taco meat, and I get fucking MLK Jr.
I mean, goddamn it. We over here. I know how to move around here. I told you that. You can't do the same things you normally do at home.
Listen, I know you don't want to talk about the explosive entrance of Mel Walker, but I will.
It was nice.
After he eliminated Stradamus, the fans were absolutely going bananas at this point. But big homie Rush Walker and the rest of the superstars remaining in the ring followed him as they all went after the man of the people, you sons of bitches. The fans didn't like it at all as they booed as they were beating down Mel Walker at this point. Now, I have a question for you. When a guy is red hot, is that the right move in this matchup?
I mean, if anybody comes in red hot like he did, yeah, that's the right move. You do that to anybody who come in with a head full of steam like that. He came in and got the quickest elimination that anybody's done, basically, since he's been there. So yeah, it's the right move.
Relax. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm good.
Jack, make you step it up a notch. The fans started booing at the top of their lungs, and now it looked like the Deadly Alliance were going to be in business. At the other half of the PWR Tag Team Champions was on his way to the ring looking to help out his buddy A.K. Shooter J. He cleared house as he body pressed the badly hurt T.C. Adams. Goddamn, T.C. Just looked at the Dragon Queen. Huh? The agile big fella tackled Mel Walker down hard, helped Shooter J to his feet, of course, and the two double-teamed Big Homie with the double clothesline over the top rope that eliminated Mr. 187 as the fans booed and Homie slapped his hands on the ring apron in frustration. Thoughts, T? Big man out the ring.
While it lasted. It's fun while it lasted. I mean, but yeah, that's a same feeling that what 24 other people got to feel tonight. Great job. Good
Listen,
job.
T, it gets better. It gets better and better. The Deadly Alliance were just getting started. Then they went after Joker J, working him over with some body shots in the corner. And then the pair double choke slam Mel Walker to the mat as the Alliance looked to be in control here. Fans booed, but the dominance was clear. The countdown began for the next superstar. The fans didn't know what to make of this as the music of the Postman, my co-host T-Money, came on, and the music let everybody know that things were about to pick up in this matchup as T-Money rushed down to the ring. The world-renowned vet looked towards the ring, seeing Mel Walker getting pounced on at this moment by the Deadly Alliance. The Postman, however, was conflicted at first as he was pacing back and forth, grabbing that bald noggin of his, talking to himself. Every man for themselves, right? Every man for themselves, he said, pacing back and forth as cameras, that PWR audio. Boy, I pay those motherfuckers good out of college. Boy, they picked it up good. It is, yeah, we got you. And it picked it up clear as day as you were conflicted with the situation at hand. We heard it. Fuck this shit, said T as he darted into the ring, leaped on the top rope, ladies and gentlemen, and skied off recklessly with no fucking regard for his own life onto El Guapo and Shooter, taking them down hard. Postman had the fans buzzing as he whipped Joker J into the ropes and nailed the big broad kick to the car. Now he went down hard as he looked at Mel Walker in one corner and then gazed to the opposite side where he saw none other than the Dragon Queen stalking her prey, who happened to be T.C. Adams, who was on the outer apron barely holding on in this matchup. Postman, I don't need any color right now. I'm mad at you. You went off the top rope after you said it was risky. How dare you? It's Pat Legend. The fans cheered at the arrival of the future Hall of Famer, Big Pat Legend, who looked chiseled and ready for a fight. Legend made a straight line to the ring as he cleared out Walker with the spear. Power bomb Joker J before the double team of the Deadly Alliance got the best of them. Those sons of bitches. The duo held them up for the Dragon Queen of all people, who suddenly sprayed a forward purple mist in the face of Legend, and the pair tossed Pat Legend out of the matchup. Postman, thoughts on this quick entry and exit here for Pat Legend, who came in knocking heads off, but then the Deadly Alliance hold up Legend?
No, I'm not finna give you some more to hype up the Deadly Alliance. I'm not finna hype up the Deadly Alliance. I'm not. And then DQ the Dragon Queen wanna come and please. No. No, the Deadly Alliance. Whatever. Let's see what they're doing though. They're playing it smart. I ain't gonna lie. Bastard.
Jealousy is the thing out here.
I'm wearing green today, bitch.
Listen, the two-pick Mel Walker and drilled him down hard with the Samoan drop from Wapo, followed by an elbow drop from Shooter J. Meanwhile, Dragon Queen charged towards, she threw TC Adams in the ring, and Shooter was beating down T-Money, who was all banged up at this point. Then all three superstars started kicking away at Joker J. The fans were trying to make sense of this connection between the Deadly Alliance and Dragon Queen as the next countdown began. Oh, shit. All you could hear was boos and nothing else as they overtook the entire arena as fans got their eyes on Toa the Narcissist, the third and final member of the Deadly Alliance, and the Power Stars champion came out with a huge grin on his face, looking like he was a mastermind. He looked to be the main character in an action movie as he strutted with arrogance towards the ring tee. What were your thoughts as you looked down and saw that the Narcissist was next?
What were my thoughts? Get these motherfuckers up off of me was my damn thoughts. And then I heard the music though. Yeah, the Deadly Alliance. Whatever, man.
Yeah, hater. He got in and pointed at Joker first as the Narcissist toured with the fans. He then cocked back the Narcissist fist and absolutely dismantled Joker J. Toa threw Joker J over the top turnbuckle as fans booed him out of the building. Toa then walked towards Dragon Queen and kissed her hand gently.
What?
Wow. What the hell is this we were watching at this point, T? Fans booed the Deadly Alliance more and more as T-Money tried to fly again from high above from the top turnbuckle, but got caught in the air by El Wapo as Shooter then splashed on top of the Postman. Oh my gosh. What did you eat for lunch, buddy? Think we heard like a little poop or something. I don't know if the audio might have. The audio remix. We had we had the mic on you all night. They was catching audio all night. So
yeah, why? I don't. You know what? I won't double pay then. Shit, doing the damn show and you got me mic'd up all night. That's twice.
Can I ask you a question?
You just did.
Besides the fact that you put it in the ring, my question to you really is what I really want to know is, what are you thinking inside of the ring when you see Toa kissing the hand of Khaleesi?
I was thinking the same thing I was thinking 5 minutes before that, which is get these motherfuckers up off me. But at the same time, disgusting. What the hell's going on here? The Deadly Alliance. They need more deadly.
No, alcohol dehydrates you, especially when you're screaming and
anybody was screaming a moment. Well, big motherfucker just slammed you down and then you got splashed on. What the fuck?
Paranoia is real. It's the Southern Viper, Alan Cutter, who came out, but he didn't look too enthusiastic to get into this competition. And the idea of entering the ring at this point with the Deadly Alliance in there, along with Dragon Queen, and something happened in there, they were begging Alan Cutter to come down to the ring, T-Money. Toa asked for a microphone at this point, as he said in his cocky I'm gonna try my best because I don't know what it's like being cocky or arrogant or conceited, but I'm gonna go for it. I mean, this is amazing sharing the ring with the only queen that matters, he said, as the crowd started raining in the boos even heavier, and the grin on Toa's face told it all. As he said, just think of it, mate. Khaleesi joins the Deadly Alliance, said Toa. Shit would fucking smash, eh? Say it with me. Say it, T. Shit would fucking smash, eh?
I ain't saying that, but you're doing a good job.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually
you
working
bringing
my
out the
thing.
bitch in him,
More
so I mean, you
producing.
good.
Khaleesi almost blushed. You know, she almost blushed at this point, and
I mean,
she
she got it
looked
up
at the
the list.
fans. She looked at the fans. Allen finally got in the ring and was swarmed at this point by El Wapo and Shooter J as they broke Allen cut his ass down in the corner. Allen tried to fight off the pair, but it was too much. Meanwhile, Toa went after Mel Walker and Dragon Queen began putting one of TC Adams' leg over the top rope as we waited and we heard that beautiful countdown again.
Something ain't right.
Black Rock! Black Rock! It was something like that. And the fans stood on their feet to witness one of the biggest superstars in this matchup as Big Bobby G was sighted on the ramp. And I'm telling you, it was a sight to see as this guy is huge. And the looks on the faces of specifically the Deadly Alliance changed from cocky quickly to concern and deep worry as one of the biggest superstars in pro wrestling entered the Riot Rumble. He immediately crushed Shooter J in a corner with left and right uppercuts and then scooped up El Wapo for a body slam like a rag doll. Do you know how big El Wapo is?
That's what you. Yeah, I know. Did you hear what I just said earlier? So that's what he gets.
The man used a big right hand to take the Dragon Queen down and she went down hard. Then he picked you up. Let's get some energy for this. He picked the postman up and dropped him hard with a choke slam. Color?
I mean, that was nice. It was a nice move. I mean, well executed. I would have did the same thing in his position. So I mean, he made it look good. Got like some little airtime on me or whatever. I mean, I was tired. You know, I've been getting mollywopped a little bit. So I mean, yeah, it looked devastating. But you know what? I'm tougher than that.
Are you alive? Aren't you? Are you alive?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm good.
Right.
But don't kill me, make me
Toa
stronger.
slowed down. Toa, the narcissist, slowed down Bobby G as he caught him with a shot to his temple. God damn, with a nasty right jab. He staggered the big man as the countdown began. It's about to get reckless. Reggie Walker is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Another member of Black Rock, as the fans love Reggie Walker. Reggie wasted no time as he sprinted to the ring and leaped from the top turnbuckle with the Swanton Bomb, falling on about 4 or 5 superstars. Reggie then bicycle kicked Shooter J and tossed him over the top rope, ending his night. Goodbye. Yes.
I will clap for that.
Reggie Walker. He then helped Bobby G to his feet, and Bobby drove a big-time shoulder tackle to Big El Wapo, eliminating him out of this matchup over the top rope. And things are starting to get thinner inside of the ring. The two then turned to Toa, the narcissist, who is now all by his goddamn lonesome, as they say. T, any thoughts on this time?
Woo! I was waiting on it to happen. See, the tables have turned. My, how the tables have turned with your punk ass. Let's go.
At that point, it looks like it was about to be lights out for Toa until the Dragon Queen leaped in front of the narcissist and sprayed a foreign mist. This time it was red. It was a different color. I don't know what she's doing in there in that mouth.
How do
I
you
didn't
do
say that? Don't sue me. Into the face of Mel Walker and Bobby as they, excuse me, not Mel Walker, Reggie Walker. Gotta specify. It's 2 Walkers in the match now. Reggie Walker took the miss to the eye as well as Bobby G as they went down hard. Dragon Queen protecting the narcissist. She then cracked Alan Cutter in the face with the big headbutt and then ended his night, tossing him over the top rope and out of the ring. What do you make of this, Postman? This protection. It seemed like the narcissist days were numbered. There's Dragon Queen, who's number 3 in this matchup. TC Adams still in this one, hanging on strong. What is your thoughts on these number 1 and number 3, I believe? Wow.
I mean, Adams is doing a damn good job at avoiding elimination. That's all I know. But this union between them and her is really weird. But you know what?
She, them, and they.
Trust it.
Hey. Joe Shooter, if he's out there listening, she, them, and they.
I mean, I think that'll piss him off, you know, with these
pissed off
pronouns and shit. And
time for a good old Southern bad boy. And that's when the fans cheered at the top of their lungs for the fan favorite, the Southern bad boy, Bubba Killings, who was coming out of Gorilla as he walked by his partner, Alan Cutter, who looked upset with Bubba. Fuck you mad at me for, cocksucker, said Bubba. Watch how the fuck you kick ass, boy, said Killings as he made his way to the ring. TC Adams and Mel Walker were tussling in the corner with one another as Mel Walker drove some knees to the already beat-up midsection of TC Adams. T-Money and the Narcissist were exchanging cooking recipes in another corner, and T-Nail Toa and Rock Toa snot box with the left uppercut. If you don't know what a snot box is, look it up on Black Twitter. Toa came back with a vicious clothesline as the action and intensity of this matchup just kept growing and growing. Oh my God, PWR. Bubba crushed Bobby and Reggie both with Minnesota spears. These two were in bad shape now as Black Rock stock didn't seem to be too high at the moment, and they seemed to be partially blinded by the antics of Dragon Queen, who was caught stalking her prey for the countdown of the next superstar. Ladies and gentlemen. It's Puerto Rican punishment. The music of pain and punishment playing on the sound system as the fans warred for the former PWR World Heavyweight Champion. Hold on. I got spoke to. Who was still ready to show and prove he had another run here in this company in him. And he has a ton of experience in this kind of matchup. And there were also many out there who picked him as a sleeper to walk out the victor in this one. Punishment went right for Toa the Narcissist as Dragon Queen came over once again and attacked him on a double team between Khaleesi and Toa. Punishment was whipped into the ropes and bounced back, ducking a double clothesline from the duo, and he countered this with his own double clothesline. The fans were on their feet, erupting as Punishment got to his feet and nailed a Boricua bomb to Toa. He grabbed Toa by his clothing and threw him out the ring as the fans erupted. Toa was livid at this point as he pleaded with the Dragon Queen. Get him, Queen, for Christ's fucking sake, he said. What are your thoughts on the elimination of the Narcissist here?
You know, God dang, my thoughts. I was glad to see the mother go. Yes, glad to see. You know what? If it had to be Hector that did it, and no, I'm not calling him Puerto Rican Punishment. As Puerto Rican Hector to me, mama named him Hector, I'm calling Hector. If it had to be him that do it, I'm glad he did it in such dramatic fashion. I love it.
Listen, next the cameras panned over as we saw my co-host T Money himself drilling Dragon Queen with the double axe handle smash, taking her down. TC Adams was gearing up for the Claw of Redemption as Walker tried to block it, and Bobby G and Reggie Walker both eliminated Bubba Killings. Damn it, Bubba. As they finally got him up and over the top rope working together. Black Rock now seeming to be somewhat of a threat in this matchup as we get the countdown for the next superstar. Wow. It's the authentic one. August Stevens.
Yeah.
The crowd booed heavily as Stevens was making his way into this matchup, and Reckless Reggie and Bobby G welcomed the odds in their favor as the duo went to work on TC Adams, and it was going to take more than a redemption at this point for TC Adams to survive this matchup. Anti-Money and Mel Walker had Dragon Queen in a headlock as they were busy with one another. Stevens leaped into action and went right for punishment as he drilled him with a headbutt and then whipped him into a big boot for Bobby G. Jesus Christ. Punishment was in bad shape at this point as the Postman was almost eliminated by TC Adams after a dandy of a DDT from the Man of Redemption. But T-Money tiptoed on the apron, much like he does, giving the fans a show, and somehow stayed in this matchup. T, I got to ask you, this was a huge spot fans were talking about online after. How did you balance yourself on that one? It looked for sure like your night was over.
You don't think about it. You don't think about it. Your body just naturally responds. When it's something that you want, you just go. And I mean, shoot, if I had to do that shit again, I probably couldn't.
Listen, that's when we saw August Stevens doing an authentic slam on punishment as the countdown for the next entrance in this classic Riot Rumble was about to come in this contest. Whoa! Villain! Nappy Boy! Nappy Boy came out, and the fans absolutely went crazy as Nappy went straight down the ramp, wasting no motion, and he went straight for Black Rock. He went straight for Black Rock. He nailed Reggie with the running forearm. He then cracked Bobby G with the big right hook, and then he turned towards Adams. But before that, Mel Walker and the Postman stood beside Nappy Boy, the true villain, and the three looked across the ring at each other and then looked across the ring at the other three superstars as Black Rock stood tall. It was on and popping as the fans started chanting, "This is awesome. This is awesome." The other superstars in the ring at this point stood off to the side as Black Rock stood across from the group formerly known as Venom. Stevens seeming to get what he wanted and said, yeah, let's go, said August. As the six stars went after one another, the rest of the superstars filled the ring with combustion and violence. The action was so intense as the next countdown began. T. Woo! The Oracle of Pain. The roof exploded in Wembly at the sight of one of the largest sports entertainers in the galaxy. The Red Sea parted in the ring as Mega grabbed TC Adams and drove him down hard with the Spine Buster. He picked up TC and tossed him over the rope, eliminating TC Adams as the fans booed. Boo! They booed Joe Mega out of the building as the man who started off number one, clearly a fan favorite, was out of this competition. Joe Mega looked at the crowd as he roared. What a fucking performance, however, from TC Adams, who was eyeballing Joe Mega on his way out of the ring. I'm not sure what that means. Joe Mega roared at the fans once again, stood by the side of his partner now, Punishment. Wow. And the fucking building was shaking as finally the trio rumbled into Black Rock, and the group formerly known as Venom started getting it on. Bobby G at this point during the tussle went over the top rope with Stevens and Nappy. Bobby's night at this point ended, but Nappy and August held on as they traded shots on the ring apron. Mel Walker and the Postman tumbled down inside the ring, and Reggie Walker, doing what he does every single time, instead of being eliminated, he was still hopping on one foot outside of the ring, staying in this matchup, making it up to the stairs, and the fans gave Reggie a standing ovation. Nappy and August threw shots back and forth with one another, rocking each other on the apron, and then finally, boom, a broad kick out of nowhere, intended, I believe, allegedly for August Stevens, eliminated both August Stevens and Nappy Boy out of this competition, and Nappy was hot at you at this point. I'm not going to ask you now. We'll talk later about it. August Stevens and the true villain continue to brawl with one another on the outside of the ring as the next countdown began. Wow.
Countdown began.
Exploded for the fan favorite, the former Powerhouse champion, Chris Lassiter, was making another Riot Rumble appearance here. The fans absolutely love Lassiter here in England and what he stood for, but he had a big task in his hands in this one, T. Remaining in the contest was the duo of Pain and Punishment, Dragon Queen, the Postman, Mel Walker, and Reggie Walker saved himself on that last action-packed sequence. Lassiter made his way into the ring. He went right for Mel Walker, as these two have familiar history with one another, and it seemed that Lassiter wanted to pick a fight with the man of the people. He nailed Walker with the drop kick and then turned for Dragon Queen as Pain and Punishment were beating the hell out of my co-host T-Money and Reggie Walker. Joe Mega pushed Reggie over the top rope, ending his night. Reckless Reggie Walker, upset at this point, furious with Joe Mega, as Punishment held one leg over of the Postman and finally got him on to the ring apron. Walker saw the Postman in trouble and fired a super kick towards the head of Punishment, who ducked as the kick went right into the face of the Postman, eliminating T-Money and ending his evening. T-Money, I'll let you slide on the last one. Let's rewind a little bit. T-Money, Broad King. Oh, he eliminated his boy Nappy. That's really what happened. Thoughts on that?
I mean, when you're not on the same page, not on the same page. Chemistry is chemistry, but sometimes you got to be around each other to keep the chemistry.
Are you insinuating Nappy was in the wrong place at the wrong time?
No. I insinuated I did what I did. Are you
insinuating the rust that you because you guys aren't in sequence anymore, that he wasn't ready?
Why somebody got to be blamed?
Or did you do it on purpose? Did you eliminate him on purpose?
Would I do it on purpose?
You're not a team anymore. Why not? Every man for himself.
I mean, come on. I know it's every man for himself. I get that. But I mean, if I was going to do it, I would have more respect for him and do it straight up.
All right. You amped up about that. What are your thoughts on, I don't know, we had you mic'd up, apparently being there for Mel Walker when he needed you, but super kicking you, trying to help, I guess. You look at the replay, depending on what angle, but your night ended.
Same premise. If it was gonna be dirty, you wouldn't do it like that. You would have played me straight up. Things happen.
Speaking of things happening, Don't we have to bring in the next superstar?
Yeah.
All we heard was the roar and then the hip hop jingles of none other than Lloyd Banks as the Beast was in the building. And I mean, the Beast was in the building. Beast charged in and nailed Punishment with the right cross. He then crushed Mel Walker with the only lead that matters and tossed him over the top rope. But Mel scooted underneath the bottom rope right away, saving his elimination. Beast looked at Dragon Queen at this point as she came up to spray the mist, but he saw it coming and put his hand over her mouth and slammed her down with a hush your mouth driver. Have you ever seen a hush your mouth driver?
What the fuck?
You should try it sometime. If your girl get out of pocket and she start running her mouth, take her to the bed and hit her with the hush your mouth driver. Anyway, he then was clubbed from behind by a huge shot, a massive shot. And when he turned around, guess what he saw, T? Guess what he saw, T?
What?
He saw an old pal, an old buddy named the Alpha Predator, Joe Mega, who was grunting as the fans started going crazy once again, chanting, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Joe Mega and the Beast face to face in the ring. Joe Mega charged into the shoulder of Beast, and he barely moved. "Come on," said Joe Mega. So Beast charged towards him, and Mega barely moved on that impact. Joe Mega then bounced off the ropes, and Beast timed him perfectly with the only knee that matters. He buckled the knees of Joe Mega as he quickly grabbed him and barely was able to get him over the top rope, ending the night of the Oracle of Pain. And Joe Mega was slamming his hands and kicking things, frustrated as he headed to the back. What do you think about that big elimination? Beast eliminating an old rival, the Oracle of Pain.
I wonder how much damage he did backstage, because I know the Oracle of Pain just went back there and just fucked up everything that was in sight. I wonder how much damage that was, or how much it's gonna cost.
And you know who it was too stung him deeper. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
We're not talking about it. We'll talk about it later.
I wonder how much money that.
Listen, Joe Mega was furious, and this match was going crazy. That's when we saw Punishment nail Beast in the back of his goddamn head, getting a little payback. That's what you're supposed to do if you're homie, you know. Pow! Right away, slowing Beast's momentum down as we had our next superstar coming into this competition.
Just feel good about this one.
Dylan The fans absolutely lost their minds, just like I just did. Lassiter made the mistake of being a hero, you want to be the tough guy, you want to be brave, and he rushed Mason as he entered the ring. He delivered a nasty Pele kick as he quickly ended the night of Chris Lassiter tossing him over the top rope as Mason had the fans buzzing. Then Punishment took a swing and missed that Mason. Almost moved like Neo in the Matrix.
Dog, that shit like the Matrix.
He's been unstoppable for months now in PWR. And would the outcome be, what would the outcome be if Mason won this Rumble? An odds-on favorite. I mean, who else do you pick? He was well on his way as Mason landed. He landed his trademark severe strikes to the head and body of Punishment before hitting him as well with the Pele kick and tossing him over and out of this contest, eliminating Punishment just like he did Lassiter moments earlier. T, I need to catch my breath. Wow.
I mean, I told you I feel good about this one. Something about it. It just felt good. And seeing that dude come out there, another person that I know from the strange mix-ups that's coming on. But at the same time, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Came in, head full of steam, immediate impact, boom, immediate impact, boom, eliminate as soon as you can. You got a chance to eliminate, you go ahead and do that. You got a chance to dominate, you go ahead and
Listen,
do that.
T,
So we
you
call
would
somebody
agree with
slipping.
me.
There.
Fans in London, for the first time, if it was the first time they were seeing Dylan Mason in action, they were witnessing some of the best technique in the world. The Empire Champion had the fans buzzing. They were there witnessing this special craft that Dylan Mason has. He had already eliminated 2 future Hall of Famers here with ease, and he turned possibly his next victim as he turned around and he saw big, bad Aaron King as the countdown took place. Oh, shit. You don't own me. You don't own me. The crowd went fucking ballistic.
Wow,
Just like I'm marking out right now. Wembly lost their minds as the Queen Alexia Payne arrived right on time as Mason looked to be a little bit flustered at the moment. King took advantage and speared the Empire Champion down as his wife made her way to the ring. A huge grin on King's face showed that he was ready to make a statement here tonight. Alexia Payne went right for Dragon Queen, who was closest by, and popped her with the right hand right in the mouth. Then she swung a haymaker to Mel Walker and then nailed him with an atomic drop as Aaron King then rushed over to try and get Mel Walker out of this one once again. I cannot believe the action that took place. T-Money, what were your thoughts watching from the back in this one?
I can't even front, man. As much as I tried to, I'm smiling right now. I love seeing it happen. She came in, and I know what happened the last time I seen her one-on-one, but I'll tell you how it would be. And she doing what she's supposed to do. Now that atomic drop, that was nasty work, but whatever.
Listen, at this point in the matchup, we saw the only beast that matters working at his best to try to eliminate Mel Walker. While in the middle of the ring, fans got a treat and started exploding at the top of their lungs, T, as the Queen Alexia Payne stood across the ring from the man Dylan Mason as the fans started chanting holy shit, over and over again. The Queen gestured once again, doing this thing that seems to be getting under the skin somewhat of Dylan Mason. I'm not sure, allegedly, maybe not. She gestured for that Empire Championship. That championship means so much to Mason. He worked so hard for it, and he protects it with his life. And he said, if you want it, come and fucking get it, Queen, said Mason. That's when it set off as the two went face to face, talking trash before Mason nailed the Queen with some vicious strikes. And we got our next countdown for the last entrance in this historic Riot Rumble. Brooks Bomber! It's the powerhouse champion making his way out, and the fans had a mixed reaction at one of the most revered PWR superstars was coming into this matchup. T. He went to the top turnbuckle, going high risk, flew right off into Beast, and Mel brushed a foot on the flooring as he was almost eliminated as Bomber made contact with the two as Beast was trying to eliminate Walker. Mel Walker almost out of this competition, but he barely pulled himself back up inside of the ring. Wow. Bronx Bomber then went for another high-risk move, spinning in the air with a big-time heel kick to Dragon Queen. Then he threw her off the ropes. Irish whipped her off the ropes, but Dragon Queen came back, countering with the scissor kick as he was down hard, and now she was definitely trying to get the powerhouse champion out of the matchup. The Queen and Mason were trading heavy shots with one another, where Mason kicked the Queen and then nailed her with a snap suplex. He signaled for the Blood Eagle. This is going to be it. But the Queen slid away and got to her feet. What a crafty move, T, by the Queen, getting herself out of harm's way. Mason charged in for what looked like to be another devastating Pele kick, but the Queen timed him perfectly as she leaped up and grabbed the neck of Mason with her powerful legs and drove him down hard with the maneuver known best as off with your head. The building was shaking and the Queen had London in the palm of her hands. What a sequence of action as the Queen found the energy and fortitude to pick up Dylan Mason. I'm going to say it again. She picked up Dylan Mason and tossed him over the top rope as both Mason's feet hit the ground. The building erupted. It was shaking, it felt like, as she pointed the Empire Championship once again. The Queen did it. The Queen eliminated Mason, and that was a time highlight of this matchup. But fans, what I'm about to tell you next shook wrestling all across the world, as before the Queen could even celebrate her elimination of Dylan Mason, as those big blue eyes looked up in anger at Alexia Payne, two huge hands grabbed Alexia Payne from behind, threw her over the top rope, and eliminated her as fans started booing at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I listen, I can't believe what we witnessed. The only beast that matters, the only husband, the only king I'm trying to find words.
Yeah. Yeah. Say what happened. Two huge hands.
At this point in the matchup, camera zoomed in on the look of the Queen Alexia Payne's face and the eyes as she pointed them in the direction of her husband, and Aaron King's hands were shaking, and he just looked at his hands as if he blacked out, or as if he didn't know what he did in that moment. Listen, well, I'm not here to speculate on anybody's business. All I know is the Queen was eliminated at this point, tragically, after she looked like she was about to go on a run here. And that's at the point when we heard the hysterical, the demonic, the treacherous cackle and laugh of Dylan Mason as he mocked the Queen Alexia Payne, pointing at her, pointing at Aaron King. T Money, what are your thoughts on what we saw? This is arguably one of the most shocking, one of the most disgraceful, one of the most, but at the same time, can you blame the man? I mean, this is the biggest match, the biggest point of his career. Quickly, what were your thoughts backstage when you saw Aaron eliminate the Queen? Jeez.
Ain't nothing shocking about this with his selfish ass. I mean, think about it. He's hell bent. He's got to go. He already feeling good. He eliminated one of his old rivals. So now he just in a, I mean, it's like he got to hit a crack. He's on that crack right now. So hell, it didn't matter who that was in front of him. He probably didn't even recognize it was her. I give him that. It didn't matter who it was. He saw an opportunity to eliminate, and he took the opportunity.
I personally believe he was in the heat of the moment. His hands were trembling. I've never seen Aaron like this. But again, that's I guess we're gonna find out more.
Putting on a good goddamn show just because you want everybody to believe in him and shit. Whatever.
Listen, everybody has their own way to get to their redemption. He had to step over his wife. Anyway,
everybody got their own. Let's go.
Listen, the Queen was panting, breathing heavily as she just was disgusted, embarrassed. She couldn't look at Mason. She held her head down, walked to the back. I'm anxious to see what comes out of this. PWR, stay tuned. Hottest show in the world. Is every person for themselves? Let's remind ourselves that this is the Rumble, and clearly this means the world to King at this point. And Mason was taunting the Queen all the way down the ramp as he mocked her. She had to compose herself. Bomber nailed Aaron King with the forearm shiver, buckling him and really dazing him at this point. Bomber signaled for the D-bomb on the only beast that matters as he got the big man up high for the finisher when we saw Mel Walker leaping from out of nowhere with the super kick to Bomber as he dropped Aaron King and fell at the same time as Beast hit the mat awkwardly. Dragon Queen leaped into action, tossing Bomber out of the ring as Mel used his strength and whatever he had left to eliminate Aaron King from this matchup as the fans started chanting, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Here we
the
go!
moment.
It's two left! It's two left! It's come down! It's come down to these two, ladies and gentlemen. One of these two will go on, either the face, the Korean Kaiju, or the big hurt Brian Carr. What an amazing effort by these two superstars. Here we go, the last two remaining in this match. It's Dragon Queen, who came in at number 3, and Mel Walker, the man of the people, who came in at 9. Both were pacing around the ring, both gassed at this point, as you could imagine, T. The two locked up as the fans cheered on Walker and Dragon Queen both. It was about to be a classic ending to a tremendous Riot Rumble. Mel took the advantage as he walked Dragon Queen down into a corner when she spit out a blue mist, this time right into the eye of Mel Walker. How many goddamn colors she got? The rainbow?
How does she keep doing that?
Where does it come from? I got questions. We'll talk.
I mean, throat game on spectacular.
Hey, she did just that. Dragon Queen. She then signaled for the Dragon Walk as the fans wanted to see this freaky, squeamish act as she arched her body in this awkward position, kind of like Bray Wyatt does. And this had to be the demise of Mel Walker at this point. Then she propped up from the awkward position and dropped Walker with the sweet dreams. Go to sleep as she put Walker down hard on the mat. She then struggled getting him up to his feet. He was out cold while he was knocked out. Finally, she grunted and got Walker on her shoulder and towards the top rope. She backpedaled and charged forward, but Walker spun and connected on a brutal roaring elbow that echoed across Wembly Arena. He then kicked but missed as she ducked right into the grasp of the M.O.P. Do I got to tell you again what it stands for?
No, you don't have to tell me anymore.
The man of the people cutter, that's what it was, as he nailed Khaleesi in the center of the ring. The fans were on their feet as Walker was banged up, but slowly got up, holding on to the ropes, as he then got to Dragon Queen, picked her up, and tossed her over the top rope, eliminating her, and the winner of the Riot Rumble, the man of the people, Mel motherfucking Walker. Team Money. This is when I pass the mic to you. I'm sweating. I'm tired, but we still have the main event. But I need you to carry me for the next 30 to 45 seconds. Go.
I mean, what can I say right now? Honestly, I know you like to insinuate on the past and how things are broken down, but this ain't about that.
Congratulations, Mel Walker.
This is, hey, let me get there, man. This is a culmination of a lot of things. Every year, the lucky, the blessed winner gets to do things that a lot of people never get a chance to do, and this time it's Mel Walker. And Mel Walker, I will say, you put in the work, you put in the effort, coming in number 9, surviving damn near a third of the roster that was in there. That is an amazing feat. So, man of the people, be a man of the people, man, and the people should give you their flowers tonight, because that was an outstanding feat. So take everything away from it, no matter what story people try to paint with it. That's how I feel about it, and that's how I feel about you. Congratulations to everybody.
I wanted to piggyback off what they thoughts on Dragon Queen. Let's not forget about the runner up here.
That's exactly what I'm getting at right now. Exactly what I'm getting at right now. I mean, awesome return to ring, hell of a damn show. Being the final 2, that ain't easy. That ain't easy no matter what number you come in. and you put on a hell of a damn show. You put on a hell of a damn fight. So I'm still surprised by some of your decisions, but hell of a damn show. Hell of a damn.
I'm gonna put a wild guess out there. This is possible or impossible. I'm gonna ask you. Just say possible or impossible. We're gonna probably see some sessions, some psych sessions here soon. With a beautiful husband and wife, Eric the King family.
Shit, I don't know
Going
if they
through a
ever
lot of
stop.
pain, no pun intended. Huh?
I don't know if they ever stop. Shit. I mean, so I'm gonna say possible. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say probable.
Yeah.
You got a
PWR,
lot
stay tuned. As I do, if you would agree with me, that's got to be one of the biggest stories, if not the biggest, besides Walker winning this and Dragon Queen's tremendous performance, as well as TC Adams. So many things happening in this, implications coming out of this. I want to shout out everybody who participated in the classic Riot Rumble. It was definitely a classic. Would you agree with me on that?
I would definitely say this is one for the books. We're
All
gonna look
right.
back on
Speaking
this
of one
list
for
in
the
about
books, we got to pay bills, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, I've been gone for a few weeks because I've been working on endorsements. As you see here, we are now sponsored by that old purr. If you like pussy treats, get you some Purina. No, work on it. All right.
pussy
I'm gonna
treat.
work with you next week on something. Man,
Yeah, yeah, we gotta
that
land
work.
that a little
Nah,
bit smoother than that.
make the pussy. No.
No, no,
No,
we gotta
okay,
make
all
that
right.
more smoother than that.
Purina, goddamn it, go get it. It's PWR sponsor. Thank you, ladies and
At
gentlemen.
this point,
Also, for the support, we've got people that supporting live right now. Shout out to all my heads. By the way, if this isn't a sign that PWR is as strong as it's ever been, and it's obviously one of the most thrilling and creative shows in the world. I want to thank everybody for your support. But now it's time for the main event, the one that everybody wants to see, the PWR World Heavyweight Championship. Not just any match, a death match. Now we know who will go on to face the winner of this matchup at the next pay-per-view
yeah, this is a
lethal
setup.
lottery. It's time, fans. We are here. And before we go any further, as of course, for insurance purposes, I must inform you, if anyone out there is sensitive to violence or you have young ones watching at home, we warn you that this next match, although it is for PWR programming and it's for the PWR World Heavyweight Championship, PWR Pro Wrestling Rally accepts no responsibility to damages to either participant in this matchup or any fans that may be close to the actions. Weapons or debris will likely be a part of the match, and we ask that fans do not interact physically with any of these two wrestlers. With that being said, it's time for the main event of the night, the big one. Quan Su, undefeated, unpinned in
Right,
PWR,
right.
clashing with one of the greatest to ever lace them up, Big Hurt. Who's going
Wow.
to walk out champion? Where's the future of PWR going? Coming out first was the challenger who hails from Busan, South Korea, and representing Jugame Wolfram. You got to say it with the German. You got to put the Hitler voice. I'm going to work with
No,
you,
no,
buddy.
no. You don't got better at that. You don't got better at that.
Yeah. The Korean Kaiju Kwatsu. The building erupted and everyone stood as a thick fog covered the ramp area as a bloodshot colored lighting filled the entire arena, and the Jugame Wolfram theme song blasted throughout the Powertron and the stadium sound system. Not a fan in this joint was seating at this time, and you could almost sense the English faithful out there truly believe that after this matchup ended, the Korean Kaiju was going to reign supreme in PWR. Cameras pan to the back locker room where we saw the Empower champion, Dylan Mason, watching closely at this giant matchup as this huge man, whatever you want to call him, entity, walked down to the ring for his opportunity to control PWR at the top with Dylan Mason. The Korean Kaiju was in his traditional all black attire, but he wore custom spurs on his boots. And the Spurs look very dangerous, very sharp, very jagged, look like it will cut a lot of skin. Cameras immediately picked up this on the nearly size 18 foot of this behemoth giant. Although the fans wanted to boo the Phenom as bad as they wanted to, many were in such awe at the mere size and imposing figure that Quan Su is. As he waited in the ring, a loud, thunderous bang and a pop on the sound system had some covering their ears and shocking a few fans as pyro then exploded from the roof of Wembley and had fans cheering at the top of their lungs as we heard the soundtrack from the one and only Chris Wallace. You're nobody till somebody kills you. And then we heard the fans erupt at the sight of the PWR World Heavyweight Champion hailing out of Washington, D.C. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, he worked both sides of the stage. And for those who know Hurt, he's a showman. He knows how to engage the fans into this business we call pro wrestling. And he held up at this time, showing all of those fans that adored him the most beautiful possession in sports entertainment today, the PWR World Heavyweight Championship. Hurt looked towards the ring and kneeled to a knee and said a prayer to himself while clutching the PWR World Heavyweight Championship. He quickly popped up from his knee and started strutting to the ring with confidence and the swag we are accustomed to seeing from the North Star. Big Hurt walked up to the ring, and Quan immediately rushed towards him. He wanted to go right after him, but the referee had to push more like steer, let's be honest, Quan Su to a corner. He just guided him like a bull to a random corner. Hurt slowly got in the ring. Now it seemed to pick up the intensity, the fear, the anxiety as he held up the championship in the middle of the ring as the fans erupted once again for the world champion. Big Hurt handed the belt over as Quan Su started panting like a ravished animal waiting to kill his prey. Fans saw the look on Hurt's face change, and you could see the worry as cameras caught the expression of concern and blatant fear for the first time ever. T, if you would agree with me, have you ever seen the look that we saw on Hurt's face before the referee was about to start this one?
Not that look. Not that look at all. And hell yeah, I mean, of course you got to put your game face on, but he wasn't able to hide it. It was not that look. I haven't seen that from him at all. At the same time, you see what he's standing across from, and that person is clearly showing that they're out for blood. So at the same time, hey, time to put that game face on.
At that point, the ring announcer explained this next match is for the PWR World Heavyweight Championship, and it is a death match, which means anything and everything goes. Falls count anywhere, which means the title can change hands in any part of this arena. The fans gasped at this shocking revelation. And this obviously immediately became a considerable edge for Quan Su. Do you agree with me, T?
Normally I would say no, but right now, from the way it feels,
anyway. Right. We checked in with DraftKings at this point, and at that very moment, Quan Su was favored by the betting publication -400. He was favored in the odds to win this death match. The ref signaled for the bell to ring, and right off the bat, there wasn't any doubt at all exactly why odd makers set that bar the way they did, as everyone believed Quan would dominate. That's exactly what he did as he rushed towards Hurt, who tried to fire a shot first, but the Kaiju just walked through him, literally walked through him and crushed him with a brutal double axe handle smash that took the air out of this building fast. It got quiet, and I mean quiet quick. Ooh, said the fans, as Quan picked up Hurt and drove him back down hard with the massive choke slam. He picked him back up and then followed this up with a headbutt to his face. That's when Hurt was laying down on his stomach, and Quan spun the spur on the back of his boot and nailed Hurt in the back of his head, splicing it open. You can see some blood trickling. I said, if you're nauseous, be careful. Blood started oozing out of the head, but Quan wasn't done. He picked him up. He then whipped Hurt into the ropes for a big boot that nearly split the North Star into the Milky Way. Shit, I just came up with that. God damn. Quan then bounced off. That was off the hip. Quan then bounced off the ropes as the fans braced themselves, T. I couldn't believe what we were watching as he came down hard on his chest, on Hurt, I mean, with the big time splash as he bounced off the ropes. The referee got down and counted 1, 2, but Quan Su snatched Hurt up off of the mat, stopping the 3 count, seeming as if he wanted to do even more punishment to Big Hurt. And we saw the menacing grin from underneath Quan Su's mask, showing the sick side of this maniac that exists here in pro wrestling reality. He then threw Hurt to the outside of the ring and quickly followed him. The agility of this big man as he walked over the top rope. He didn't bother to go through it. He just walked over it with those long, massive legs. Quan then looked towards the ring apron and snatched it up quickly. Oh, shit, T. What do you think he's looking for? Bottle cap?
I don't care what he's looking for right now because he's already found damn destruction.
Jet magazine. A Jet magazine, maybe? Jet magazine?
What is he'll make that dangerous. So, yeah, it don't matter.
Listen, at this point, Quan had ideas in his mind. He looked towards the ring apron, snatched it up quickly, reaching under and finding a black bag with an assortment of trinkets. As he emptied the bag out, it had thumbtacks in it, a barbed wire wrapped 2x4, a stapler, bats, you name it, it was in there. Hurt reached for the kendo stick that he saw nearby, got to his feet, and cracked Quan Su with the kendo stick. The stick ripped in half and turned into pieces as Quan Su just turned his head to the side. The blow from Big Hurt from a kendo stick did nothing. It did nothing, T. Hurt looked like he was in a real horror movie looking at a real psycho Jason or some type of Michael Myers type of guy. He then rushed towards Quan. He rushed towards Quan for a Dexter Manley spear, but Quan stuck his hand out, grabbing the face of Hurt. Hear me out, fans. Grabbing the face of Hurt and shoving him towards the ground. I've never seen anybody do that to the World Heavyweight Champion. As Hurt grabbed his face in pain, pure domination wouldn't be the word here early on. T, would you agree with me?
No, we need a stronger word than that. This is
give me one, because you're a scholar, you're a gentleman and a scholar. You have a vocabulary
right now. I ain't even gonna front with you. No, because this is more like decimation right now at this point.
Okay, there we go. Good. Yeah, pure domination wasn't the word. Quan Su at this point then threw Big Hurt into the steel stairs back first, and you could hear that impact. The Jack Daniels started to kick in, T. As the stairs tipped over from the impact and the crash of Hurt's body, Quan Su then went reaching under the ring again. Oh no, he finally found what he was looking for, T. He finally found what he wanted as he pulled out 2 3-foot fluorescent light bulbs and held them high for the fans to see as they oohed and ahed. Some were moving away from the front row while others tried to tell the world champion to pretty much, this is a wrap. Give it up, Hurt. It's over. But it was too late. and we were on our way to crowning at this point a new PWR World Heavyweight Champion as Kwansu struck Hurt in the face with the first light bulb and then connected on another as several lacerations began oozing blood from the face of Hurt. Cuts on his cheeks, his forehead. Again, we ask if you have a weak stomach, please discontinue now from programming. To add more gore, Kwansu used that other boot to spur Big Hurt once again in the forehead, opening him up again. This is gory, fans. They were shocked at the level of violence that Kwansu was stooping to. We've already seen enough at this point, and now half of Jugame Wolfram was about to take it a step further as he grabbed broken glass in his hand, crunched it, and shoved it in Hurt's mouth. As he said, maybe now you'll shut your mouth, Hurt. My God. The fans booed as camera zoomed in now closely on Big Hurt, who was spitting out chunks of blood, and pieces of glass were stuck on his lip and mouth as he grabbed his throat as he started screaming, "There's glass in my throat!" And you can hear the panicking a little bit. What it sound like? There we go. There we go. I couldn't do it as well as you did. Look, but he couldn't do anything. The referee couldn't do anything for Hurt in this kind of matchup. This was a death match. This is what Hurt signed up for. This is what he wanted. Quan then nailed Big Hurt with the lariat as he went flying towards the announcer's table now. Kwansu dragged Hurt in front of the ring now, towards the ramp in front of the ring, and put his foot on him as the referee got in position. The fans stood as the ref got down to count 1, 2, but Hurt pushed the massive boot off of his chest as the fans started waking up in the building again. It went a little silent, but now there was a little teensy buzz in the atmosphere cheering on the world champion. Let's go, Hurt! Let's go, Hurt! You heard fans saying. This, however, only infuriated the Kaiju even more, pissed him off even more as he picked him up by his bloody face and chopped Hurt down to a knee. Big Hurt chopped back and surprised Kwansu by his reaction. Quan was like, "Motherfucker, what? You taking his ass whooping and you still fighting?" Hurt fired another stunning shot to Quan, and another as the crowd got louder and louder and louder on each shot. Hurt then backpedaled a few steps behind down the ramp and nailed Quan this time with the Dexter Manley Spear. The building was shaking. Hurt's face was bleeding and his face was covered in blood at this point. He got to his feet, sprinted around the ring to where the weapons were, and the fans said ooh and ah again. He grabbed listen, Hurt's a smart man. We know that, right? Just picture a man going on a shopping spree where they tell you get everything you can get as long as you can grab it. That's exactly what the fuck he did, because he grabbed everything he could, including a staple gun, the barbed wire covered 2x4, and a fire extinguisher. He's balancing everything now. Yeah. He dropped the heavier items and held on to the stapler and started testing it for the fans as the fans exploded. He then stapled the knuckles on top of Kwansu on both hands. Ay, ay, ay. Big Hurt stooping to a lower level here. Kwansu shrieked in a bit of pain, but tried not to show any more pain or any more vulnerability to Big Hurt. Listen, he showed the fans the 2x4 at this point. Now, Hurt is some get back time. He showed the fans but 2x4, and he did his best impersonation of Willie Mays Hayes. Okay? If you know, you know. He nailed Kwansu on the back with the jagged weapon, and you can see it getting stuck on Quan Su's Under Armour. Well, Hurt realized at this point, fuck it, this is blood for blood, right? He's bleeding. He could barely see out of his eyes. He then decided, I'm going to rip Quan Su's Under Armour from his back, and we going 12 years a slave. Don't cancel me for that. Just visualize. We going hardcore. You with me? So now it gets even bloodier as Hurt cock backs, and now he going for Reggie Jackson this time. Bow! He nails him with a shot. You can see the blood starting to trickle from the back and the massive back of Quan Su. And then he did another one, calling the shot. David Justice. Blow! One more for Devil Strawberry and Cocaine. Blow! Nailed him at least 5 or 6 times. And Quan Su was down on his stomach, rolling around the outside of the ring, leaving a back print of blood everywhere. T-Money.
Everywhere.
Listen, I gotta spark the doobie. We're almost there, but I gotta ask you, when you saw Hurt go hardcore, bleeding everywhere, and taking a step further by ripping off the Under Armour off the back of Quan and ripping his skin away as well, and now we got blood everywhere.
I mean, seeing the flesh stick to the damn barbed wire was enough. So think about every time he draws back again, removing the flesh from the removing flesh. Every time he removed the 2x4 and swinging it again, just like eating it up, like
yaka, yaka, yaka,
I don't care how
yaka.
tough you are. That is not pleasant.
Listen, fans who love hardcore wrestling, all those sick fucks out there who love this type of shit, were stepping closer. They wanted in to this action. And the more traditional fans like myself took a few steps back at this point. The gore was getting real. The blood was getting real. Meanwhile, Hurt was loving his newfound momentum in this matchup. And this match was finally, T, would you agree with me, looking like a contest?
I mean, it looked like a contest before, like a butchering contest. Like just what it looked like, but yeah, I'll let you ride with that.
That's what things got even more interesting as Big Hurt got a hold of that fire extinguisher, and let's say he ended up definitely taking a toll on Quan Su with that fire extinguisher. The lip was badly bleeding at this point. It looked like it was busted pretty bad. He was going to need some stitches on his lip. But however, Hurt had enough heart and soul as a champion here in PWR for the fans. He put the extinguisher down, and fans started cheering as he got inside of the ring and gave them what they wanted, the bigger, sexier. I mean, these fans paid good money. God damn it, they loved it. Bleeding and all. Crazy.
That's just gumption right there.
Hurt then looked to the outside as Quan Su was now getting to a knee. Maybe a mistake here by Hurt, doing what the fans wanted him to do. He got the fans pumped as he bounced off the ropes, looking like he was about to take off and go to the outside in a big move. But he then stopped in his tracks swiftly, went through the ropes, stood on the ring apron, and then nailed Quan Su with the double axe handle smash. Boy, oh boy, was Hurt a showman. What did you think? Did you really think he was going to fly out the ring?
No, but at the same time, I'm still impressed with the fluid motions. Still impressed. Like, you know what? Sometimes in situations like this, you got to dig deep and find something within yourself that you didn't even know was there. And I think he didn't let that overwhelm him. He did it, but he didn't let it overwhelm him and let it get too far beyond his means.
Listen, he then sprayed Quan Su with the fire extinguisher, and fans loved every bit of that as he blinded the face of Quan Su. Cameras in the back at this point showed the locker room of Dylan Mason, and he was pacing back and forth a little bit different than earlier on in the match. Hurt pinned Quan at this point, but he only got one. Quan Su kicked out strong. Hurt was ready to go at this point, and he felt defeated only getting one. He did all this damage. He did all this abuse to Kwanzaa, and he only got one. He knew that he had to suck it up. He knew that he had to take it a step further. He looked at the referee, who also looked concerned for Hurt at this point, like, man, I don't know. You're going to have to kill him.
I don't even know what to take.
Right. And Hurt wanted answers. The referee wasn't giving him any. Hurt picked up Kwanzaa at this point and nailed him with the big-time headbutt as blood squirted out the forehead of the world champion. He stung himself in the process. And it seemed as if the blood loss at this point by both superstars, but mainly Hurt because he was losing blood from his face. I think he started getting lightheaded at this point. He threw Kwan on the barricade and backpedaled with all this blood oozing from his body, and he signaled for the fist of the North Star. Big Hurt took off and nailed Kwan with it, bending the steel barricade in the process. He backpedaled, holding up his finger, saying 1. And the fans all held up the 1. One more they wanted. One more fist of the North Star is what it was going to take to end Kwanzaa's night. He held it up. Cameras were flashing, going off as Hurt dashed in for one more. But Kwanzaa charged toward Hurt for his own devastating spear that brutalized the world champion. Kwanzaa pinned Hurt for the 1, the 2, but Hurt got a shoulder up. Hurt got a shoulder up as fans started chanting, "This is awesome. This is awesome." What do these two have to do to kill one another or end this matchup? We're about to find out. Oh my God. Jesus gracious. Hallelujah, Yahweh, Allahu Akbar, and everybody else out there that's pulling for me. Listen, Kwan got to his feet and began stomping away at Big Hurt. He picked him up like he was nothing, T, and he started walking up the ramp all with Big Hurt on his shoulder in position perfectly for the next move that he executed, which was a devastating power slam as he drove Hurt down hard, back first, on the hard ramp. The loud thunk sounded like Hurt's back snap. In the process, Kwanzaa quickly pinned Hurt for the 1, the 2, but Hurt kicked out of the count as this matchup kept going. Kwanzaa grabbed the official by his shirt. What the fuck, Kwanzaa? But he was warned by the official that if he struck him, he would not become champion, and Kwanzaa immediately seemed to come to his senses. He quickly let go and just looked down at Hurt, puzzled as he began crawling up the ramp on his elbows, blood dripping on the ramp. Picture this image of Big Hurt, one of the greatest to ever do it, on his hands and knees, crawling up the ramp. It was a sight to see, ladies and gentlemen. It was crazy at this point. Kwan chased after. Kwan chased after Big Hurt at this point. As Hurt stood up to his feet, he said, "Kwan, bring it, motherfucker." Kwan said, "Let's go." He chased down the ramp, full speed towards Hurt, like a tank on the loose. But Hurt sidestepped. Being the smarter competitor, many will argue, Kwan went head first into the Powertron, shaking the entire production screen and the entire gorilla area. Hurt then looked up at this point as Kwanzaa was down and breathing hard, injured at this point. Hurt started thinking crazy. This is what happens when you lose a lot of blood. You get lightheaded. You start thinking irrationally. He looked up as he was wiping the blood from his eyes. He grabbed the foundation of the Powertron and began scaling up the Powertron slowly. We're talking about a human being that's 6'7", 300 pounds, going up, your world champion, scaling up the Powertron, and Quan Su was slowly coming to, T-Money. Postman Quan Su was not dead. It wasn't over.
Of
He
course
was
not.
slowly getting to his feet, and Quan Su took a disdained look in the direction of Hurt as he saw him climbing, like, motherfucker, you okay. He got immediately up to his feet. Quickly, the fans popped as Quan Su began climbing up the Powertron 2. Hurt made it to the top of the Powertron and began standing on the Powertron, but was being very, very cautious as finally Quan Su got on top of the Powertron, but fans absolutely knew as it started wobbling that this thing would not be able to sustain these two superstars very long. Quan Su finally, slowly balancing himself, getting closer and closer as he made his way, step by step, as Hurt reeled him in, seeming to almost want to trap him. Hurt took liberty to then strike first a big shot with the right hand, but Quan, of course, fired back with the shot of his own. Hurt nailed a shot as fans cheered, yeah! And when Quan hit a shot, they yelled, no! Over and over, they traded shots back and forth. And I'm telling you, T, the foundation on this thing wasn't good as the wobbling of the Powertron continued. Hurt almost lost his footing at one point and went down, holding on tight as Quan Su then nailed a big knee shot to Hurt's face as he fell into the arms of the Korean Kaiju. At this point, the scene was dramatic. Blood was pouring again from the face of Big Hurt. He couldn't get the blood out of his eyes. Cameras were witnessing one of the most grotesque PWR matches of all time. And as Quan Su held Big Hurt's future in his hands, that's when your world heavyweight champion whispered out with the little he had left, Quan, you're nobody till somebody kills you. Quan grunted at this point as if he took Hurt's words as blatant fucking disrespect. Quan roared at the top of his lungs. He looked out at the sold out arena sea of fans. Not one was sitting. He held him in position tight for the Glock bottom as Quan took a peek down, looking down, and then leaped with Hurt in his grasp as the two crashed off the stage. The stage fell down as they left it. The sparks of electricity flew everywhere, and the Powertron collapsed, followed by the entire arena after some sparks flew, losing power for several seconds. Fans started turning their camera lights on their phones, trying to see the carnage, trying to see if there was anything left of these two superstars. Finally, the lights came back on, and all you could see was the area of destruction. It looked like a hurricane, a category 5, ran through the ramp area, and the Powertron was all in shambles. Everything, gorilla collapsing. After a few seconds, when the power came back on, they zoomed in and found something spectacular. Fans couldn't believe what I saw, what you saw, what everybody saw.
No matter what we believe.
Big Hurt's right arm was over the chest of Quan Su as the referee got right in position. 1, 2, 3, the winner, and still the PWR World Heavyweight Champion, the Big Hurt. The entire building exploded as fans were clapping. Some fans were even caught crying as confetti dropped from the top of the rafters. Hurt's music played. You're nobody till
Man, it ain't no
some,
time for that.
but it cut off. It cut
Yeah,
off.
it ain't the right time for that.
The music cut off before they could even get the halfway through the intro. Medics started rushing out, and fans now knew something was wrong at this point. At this point, Big Hurt was not moving. Quan Su was not moving. Medics surrounded the two superstars so that fans couldn't get a glimpse, couldn't record anything. This was a liability issue, obviously. Then a few officials were shook as they bounced back in fear by the sudden rise of the Korean Kaiju. He sat up like he always does. And as soon as he did and realized what was taking place, he tried to go after Big Hurt. The officials all got in between the two superstars as medical officials rushed the attention of Big Hurt, who was barely moving at this point. He was still laying on his stomach with his arm in the same position as he had pinned the Kaiju. It was bad. It was really bad. Quan didn't realize the match was even over and shoved the officials off, continuously trying to go after Hurt until finally they convinced him to get out of the area and escorted him away. Listen, great match, great win by Big Hurt, but Medics then secured Big Hurt on a gurney, got him secured on a stretcher. At that point, fans clapped a little bit, but you could tell it wasn't, that real clap. It was a very concerned clap as Big Hurt held his thumb up to let everybody know that he indeed was moving his limbs and he was okay. But then one of the most despicable acts I've ever seen in my life, we heard a loud growl and the decimation of a few PWR officials went flying as Quan Su, a crazy maniac, the Kaiju, got a hold of Hurt stretcher. He had Hurt on the ramp, on the stretcher as the crowd started booing. Some started trying to get Quan off him, but he just kept backing everybody away. They were scared of the Korean Kaiju. Let's face it, wouldn't you be? That's when the Korean Kaiju yelled out to the sea of fans, "This is your hero! This is your hero!" And some people you can hear say, "No, Quan, don't do this. Don't do this, Quan." A couple of PWR officials said, "Quan Su, no!" He then pushed Hurt stretcher off of the ramp below at least 8 to 10 feet below as Hurt's body splattered on the concrete flooring. Medics immediately rushed. Oh my God, what a savage display of, what a lack of, you know what? Jugame Wolfram, they got to be stopped by somebody here in PWR. I don't know who in this company, who in this business can stop Jugame Wolfram right now, but nonetheless, congratulations to the PWR World Heavyweight Champion, I guess. But did he lose more than a championship? Did he lose his career? We're not sure. We do know, according to family members, I spoke to Tapu Lele several times checking on Hurt. He is stable in condition. He arrived critical. They do have him stable. There is no word on the severity of some of his injuries. We know he has obviously a ton of lacerations. He's got stitches several places. It's not good, guys.
No.
Again, congratulations to the winner of the Riot Rumble, Mel Walker, with a tremendous effort, a tremendous display of courage and heart in that one. Will he go on to face Big Hurt, or will he go on to face a champion? We may have to vacate this championship. I don't know.
Don't do that. Don't.
Any closing words, Postman, before we get off the air?
But never mind.
He is the Postman. He always delivers. My name is Scott Mack. We thank you for joining us for a historic night, the Riot Rumble. Whew. I don't know what to say about this.